Story 1. For telling my colleague I hope he never finds a girlfriend. I, 25F, work a minimum wage job in a childcare centre. My colleague, 25M, used to heavily flirt with me and be insistent, but told that I want him to stop the innuendos and seduction and treat me in a professional manner. He apologised and confessed that he was desperate to find a girlfriend. He is handsome, tall, and goes to the gym, but he is so childish and badly socialised. His only hobby is watching soccer. I see why he finds one-night stands on Tinder but no girlfriend. I became his confidant and guide, and I try to help him sometimes, but he constantly needs to be told what to do. At work he is irresponsible, gets carried away playing with the kids. I try to tell him what he does wrong, but he gets incredibly defensive and hurt even when I try to be considerate and soften the blow. He cuts me off with "I know, I'm such a bad person, I can't do anything right." His home is super messy and dirty. The cleanest is his PS5. He tells me all the time how he wishes he had a girlfriend, and I try to guide him to ways he could better himself to increase his chances. Many girls were interested, but every single one of them ran away. Recently I got pissed off at him. A 10-year-old girl got her first period at the centre and was confused and scared. I comforted her. He told her, "No wonder you were angry today." I told him off and he got super defensive, telling me I did nothing wrong, just told the truth. It's just a fact. I was so sad for this poor little girl. We are supposed to empower, protect, and guide children. He also joked at work about having an oopsie when his girlfriend got pregnant and had to terminate. He wasn't at all present because it's her body, not mine. I asked if he wore protection ever. He told me he never does because it feels less good and all women are on the pill anyway. 3 days ago, his card got rejected. I asked what's going on. He told me it's been 3 months since he got suspended from his bank for overdraft and ghosting the banker. He confessed he does a lot of online betting, €500 at a time, and invests a lot in crypto. Apparently, it's his 3rd time being suspended. Every time his mom tops up his account and calls the bank. He told me his mom pays his rent and utilities, does his grocery shopping, brings it and puts in his fridge. His mom is also the one to take his medical appointment, bring him there, pay. She fills out his administrative documents, calls. I told him this is not normal and he needs to get a grip. I asked how he intended to correct his shortcomings. He told me that basically, when he finds the right girl, he will make efforts and he will have no problems. I told him, by the way, he lives like a bum and exploits his mom. I hope to God he doesn't find a girlfriend. He got really hurt. Story 2. AITA for not letting my brother's girlfriend be in our wedding family photo. I, 28M, recently got married. Everything went well overall, but there was a bit of drama involving my brother, 26M, and his current girlfriend, 22F. Basically, brother has a new girlfriend like every month. I'm not exaggerating, he never had a relationship that lasted longer than 2 to 3 months, and we've all just kind of gotten used to it. It's kind of a family joke actually too. So when it came time to take our official family wedding photos, I got him to the side and I asked him politely if his girlfriend could sit out of that specific photo. They were together for 2 months, we included her in the casual shots, but for the formal family portrait that's going to be framed and hung in our home, I just didn't want including someone who we probably won't even see again in a month on our family picture that will stay forever. He got really upset and said I was being disrespectful to him and his relationship. He said I'm acting like his relationships don't matter. My dad came and convinced him for a moment to take the photo without her, but they left the wedding early after taking the photo without her. Now he's barely talking to any of us. Worst thing is, my mom is on his side and said I should have included her and that I can't know if their relationship is gonna last or not. She said once me and my wife were in our 2nd month dating and how we got to marriage. Now both my brother and my mom are mad at me. I don't feel like I did anything wrong, that I got nothing against her personally. She seems nice, but I know my brother. I don't think he takes relationships serious. He had more GFS last year than I had in my lifetime. Story 3. For telling my doll that I will never be her mother and to leave me alone. This is mostly about my daughter-in-law, Kat. Her mother ran out on her when she was a child, and she went into foster care. According to my son, she's currently seeing a therapist. My issue with Kat is that she has repeatedly stomped on my boundaries. She's a very touchy person. She refuses to call me by my name and only refers to me as Mom. I correct her every time since I'm not comfortable being called Mom by her, and I want her to use my name. There have been multiple times where she's asked inappropriate questions, mostly about why I'm not close to my own mother. For context, my mother was horrible. Kat keeps pushing for details and insists I should get closer to her because family sticks together. She basically tells me to forgive my mom, and she doesn't understand not being close with one's parents. I've told her to drop the topic multiple times, and she refuses. Because of all this, I'm not a huge fan of hers. I've spoken to my son about it, and he asked me to be patient. I've also talked to Kat multiple times and asked her to respect my boundaries. She always says she will, but then goes right back to ignoring them. This is where I might be the jerk. My daughter Sam, 20, and I are taking a weekend trip. Sam has medical issue and needs to see a specialist a few states over. She hasn't disclosed the issue to the rest of the family yet. She plans to when she has a firm plan. Somehow, word about the trip got back to Kat, and she called me asking why she wasn't invited. I told her it's an important trip and not a fun one. She accused me of lying, claiming it was a mother-daughter trip that she was excluded from. I told her again this is not a girls' trip. She wouldn't let it go and started demanding that she come, saying that she's my daughter and needs to be there. I said no again. She kept insisting, saying I am her mom and she has to come on this trip since is my kid. That's when I snapped. I told her I will never be her mother. Just because she married my son does not make me her parent. I told her to leave me the fuck alone and that even if this was a mother-daughter trip, she still wouldn't be invited, because she isn't my kid. I then hung up. My son says I need to apologize and invite her. That I am a huge dick to her. That I was way out of line and need to make it up to Kat. The situation has spread to the rest of the family, and everyone seems to have their own opinion. Sam is getting flack too, which isn't helping especially since she doesn't want to disclose the reason for the trip yet. Am I being an asshole and need to apologize even though those are my true feelings on her trying to make me her parent? Story 4. WIBTA if I reject naming my baby after my fiance's dying sister. I'm 30F, pregnant with our first. My fiance, 31M, and I have been planning to get married for a while now and settled on next year. The reason for this is very sad. And I'm not blaming her at all for this, but his sister has cancer. Every time we planned for something she would get sicker and we put the plans on hold. We decided on next year because then we'll be together 10 years and thought it'll be cute to do it on our anniversary. The sister also seemed to start getting better and we were so happy. But as it turns out she's not getting better and we got the surprise of the lifetime getting the news that we're pregnant. My fiancé was so excited he told his parents. They live with the sister in another country. We found out before we got the news how bad it's going for her. But since we found out his mother and him as well have been dropping hints that we name the baby after his sister. They already gave me some options if it's a boy. Or if it's a girl. Luckily not naming the child her name directly but they give variations of it. And I don't want to. I haven't liked a single name they've proposed. I don't want to be the bitch now and say no go screw yourself while everyone is waiting for her to pass but I also want this to stop. We don't even know the damn gender yet and I don't want my child to be a reminder of an aunt they'll never meet if she passes before my due date. So WIBTA if I don't name my baby after her and with that tell them now while they're grieving. Story 5. AITA for assuming the gender of a screaming child. I 48 FM staying a campground on vacation and a group of children were running around playing. They were not causing any harm just playing. I kept hearing a very high-pitched screeching squeal indicative of a small little girl. It wasn't a distressed squeal, just a squeal. Later while sitting at the laundry area 3 boys I would say of the ages of 14, 10 and 7 came up to buy ice. I recognized one as one of the playing children. A conversation started and I asked if they had a little sister. I told them I thought I heard a little girl with them playing. They said no, that the squealing was coming from the 10-year-old boy. Of course the other 2 boys laughed like crazy. I felt terrible. Just terrible. I apologized profusely. Later the mother of the 3 approached me and said I had called her son a girl. I explained and apologized to her as well. I told